乗りたいか鉄を。よし行くぞ。俺用に改良したバイクだ。一品すぎてお前には無理だよ。
This will be at Odell Middle School. School grounds. 144.
All right, boys and girls, welcome to the throw pit. That is Bush League. I am Cat Peach here again. It's been a little bit, but you're back over here tonight, and I brought a new face with me, Bahamut. How you doing, my friend? Yes. We were talking before. We're both in a very interesting state for this evening, so there should be a good time all around. Yeah, at this point, it's essentially, for me, how much can I really make these people suffer unless they want to try to bribe me otherwise? In which I always tell them, very open to bribes and discussion about favoriting maps, but until that time comes, y'all are stuck with our hand of Braxis Holdout. And... yeah. Yeah, it's funny ever since then how it's just entirely off the table, because now you can't straight cheese it, because even if you get that like 100% run, you still need to put some effort into defending, and I love that that just has translated to, you know what, let's not play Braxis, let's not do it. What? No, 1 second. Let me... Oh, I see totally the problem.
Okay.
You should be good now. Okay, OBS likes to randomly reset my audio outputs, like, every once in a while. Every once in a while. So you're good now. You're in.
It's let's see, Windows decides to change the level of my mic randomly after updates, but it's not like consistent, so you just gotta randomly check. Okay, yeah, no, it looks like they're all happy about that audio change, but we're gonna get into this as we have a Genji ban right away.
So normal. That's all I gotta say.
Well, the other thing
it's like
too
it's Genji, yeah.
You and I talked about this at the start, where we were just like, we want to see some interesting picks. So like, I guess if they take out like what would be like the cheesy bans, like that makes room for Probius, Azmodan, Cho'Gall, Rexxar. I mean, Rexxar is something that we've actually seen on this map quite a bit because he can control that solo lane on the top. And Misha, excuse me, I'm saying this wrong. Misha can control that entire top lane. Rexxar just stands by the gate and really doesn't do anything. So, you know, they're getting rid of all the generic stuff, and they're letting us kind of see some of the better stuff. But that's interesting, though, that we do have an Alarak being banned out.
Alarak ban, I like it. Also good to note that we didn't discuss. So, in terms of standings for Bush League at this very given point in time, Extra Cheese, currently tied for second with Team Fuck coming into this as kind of the higher of these two teams. Revolt sitting in a tie for sixth, so... Perhaps, maybe this is Revolt's day to shake things up a little bit, you know?
It's just, do they go into anything special? Like, that's the thing. Are they gonna try and meme on us, or are they actually gonna be trying to go for points and go for standings and try and get like in a good spot? Like, I don't think it's about the standings. I think Bush League is all about like the great, interesting picks that you can be taking here.
I want something dirty. Well then, I forgot that there's not really any hero ban regulations here in the Bush League because it's down and fucking dirty. So let's go white main. Heck yeah!
I love the fact that we're gonna be getting Sally in this because I was thinking about it too because I remember someone had mentioned there and I was like, oh, is there anything about like banned skins like HGC? They're like, we don't give a crap about any of that. We just want to see use Cybernetic Kael'thas, use Mecha Murden, like
use Invisible Horse, like fuck it.
Exactly. Ooh, use animated sprays. Don't forget about those. You gotta break all the rules here in the
if you're gonna BM, you gotta BM in an animated way. So like, if you can't have animated sprays, what's the point?
They will be picking though this URL for the top lane. This is a strong pick, and then Gul'dan will be rounding it out to have really good wave clear into the Zerg wave.
Yeah, for sure. I'm wondering then who's open that would go really well into URL at this point. You still have Blaze, you still have Dahaka. I've seen Malthael once or twice put into a URL, which is always very interesting. But I don't think we're gonna get that crazy.
I was talking to a team once, and that was actually I was asking what their high priority into the Malthael was, and they said that it was just way too strong into the URL, and it worked out. Like it kind of sat pretty stagnant between the two in the solo lane. So I like the idea of them banning out the Malthael here, and even then, like if they do ban out the Malthael, they could still go Cho'Gall on the side of Revolt. Like their entire composition leans. Oh, it's coming. It's gonna happen.
You're so kidding about it. Let's go. I hope so. I kind of actually want to put a bounty. I wasn't sure if I should like do this officially or not for like first team to draft Probius. I buy that team around at BlizzCon just because I fucking want it to happen.
That's fair. That's really fair. I could completely back the same thing with like Azmodan picks.
Mm-hmm. I've actually been seeing him pop up every once in a while amongst other leagues, and I think he's shown up in Bush League so far.
On maps where you definitely go into that 20 range, like Volsky Foundry, that's often where you see him, and that's where he gets so much value because it's that late game. You hit that 20 talent tier with Pride and all that.
Hey!
All right, well, it looks like Revolt wants free beers at BlizzCon.
Cashed in #1, freaking fantastic. What is this last pick? What is this solo lane pick for Extra Trees? With the Vala and the Li Ming.
Brought up, honestly. I think the Malthea would be strong. It's a lot of damage for them. Last rites, they don't really have anything to stop it, but they go for the global aspect. They want that Falstad.
Falstad being able to fly right between the lanes, even though they're not too far away. I haven't seen Falstad on Braxis in an eternity. Excuse me.
No, the other thing too is I do believe you can utilize the Gust into the Zerg wave, as well as you have boss control with it, and as you noted, you can make quick rotations from top to bottom because it is a very short map vertically. And then the other thing too is you barrel roll, so you can actually make those quick rotations between lane, much like how Genji would use it. Now, granted, you don't have the second jump through the wall, but at least you can kind of have an escape mechanic there. I don't know, but I'm just mostly excited for Whitemane, and they've got an Asmodance, so I really just
I know.
Revolt. Like it's I mean, GG, well played. You've got first wave clear with Gul'dan, and then you've got so much set up to stack, and like yeah, they've got Vala, Li Ming, Falstad, but look at that's so much range with just the single Joanna.
Mm-hmm. No, for sure.
Oh, and it looks like there's a the techno show happening on my.
Heck yeah!
Okay. I was excited for it for a second, but it looks like it's gone.
Just a brief glimmer of techno show. Just a tease, if you will. All right, we're getting into this. I don't know shit about Whitemane, to be entirely honest. I played her like twice, so this is gonna be fun. Over in the blue, we do have Revolt. We are gonna have Gunslinger on Yrel, Aurelius on Whitemane, Pizza on Gul'dan, what up Papa John's? Vex Zero on Garrosh, and Energy on Asmodane.
And on the right-hand side, we are going to be having Extra Cheese, with Yelly going to be on that Falstad. Soulflate is going to be on the Vala. Pet the Fish is going to be on Li Ming. Rossini is going to be on the Deckard. And Bossman123 on the Joanna. And that honestly seems like just like someone's password who was like the CEO of the company. Just like Bossman123.
Bossman123. No one will ever guess it.
No one will ever guess this as the CEO of the company. But we currently have the laning matchups. We'll have the Falstad going into Yrel, which I'm not too sure about, honestly. I don't know how I feel about this. Also going into the mage build with that too, with the solo target to kind of stack off of.
Yelly getting beat up real fast by Gunslinger too. Already getting low, barrel rolls away. So that doesn't look too promising for that rotation. I'm wondering if Energy should actually go into the air a little bit, just to maybe not so much fully beat her back, but a bit safer to give her a hard time, potentially. But then you lose out on being able to stack, so...
Exactly. The other thing, too, with Yrel is that she's so aggressive. She's able to get a lot of abilities off in quick succession, and it really can whittle down the opponent. That's why you see her be so strong in the solo lane, but we currently have a toss going out onto Bossman123. A little bit of laser going to hit them, but, that's Joanna with Iron Skin, and it does what it is. It's Iron Skin. It's not going to, let you get too much damage taken, but... Soulflate looking a little risky there, but gonna be fine.
Yeah. Lasers don't bother her. I'm really curious to see what build we end up getting with Whitemane, because I know there's a lot of favoritism into building up that queue, so it looks like that's what's going on right now. Energy gets rooted. Bossman's really putting out the damage on them, but just fine, walk away. Soulflate's gonna have to go get mana before there's too much protection over these beacons as well. Yrel very quickly securing that top one, no problemo against the bird. So the big fight will have to be over this bottom one to see who can get picked off first. Root's going on to Garrosh, blinds as well. Vex trying to get away, the dunk coming out for a little bit of defense, and Garrosh with that armor, trait value, walks away.
I gotta say, this is being held over so well as Vex is in a really bad spot. Stepped up way too far. Gonna get that self-heal. Going to be fine for a second as Whitemane is trying to get that heal. Oh my god. Whitemane proving to be a strong solo healer. I was actually listening, talking to a bunch of people and hearing others talk about her, and some were saying oh, she kind of feels like she works more with a double support composition, or maybe something where you have a little bit of utility like a Tassadar or a Tyrande. So you just get that extra little bit of buff. But she seems to be healing fine on her own, and honestly, even I've playing with her in Hero League, I've had Yrels at the end of the game just go, "You're welcome." I'm just like, To be honest, you did 100K in healing versus the Deckard on the other team doing, you know, like 60,000. It's ridiculous. So, granted, I'm also talking about gold level Hero League, but
Right.
still.
But Hero League nonetheless. So I love that, because Viper's been doing the Ana White Main pair-ups a bunch, because apparently if you just nano boost your White Main, things
Yep.
get crazy, but this is getting crazy down here as well. As hard as Revolt tries, they can't seem to hold on to this bottom beacon for too long, but finally getting both channels for just a bit. Vex getting us annihilated, seemingly. Joe trying to get the final blow, but the heals coming out from Aurelius, just too much to handle.
We haven't had a single kill yet, and Vex has, like, supposedly died twice in my eyes. I'm just looking at him like, you're dead. You're dead, Garrosh.
There it is!
Zavala, and that's going to be the first kill of the game going over to Revolt. And that might be a second as Yelly goes down on top of that.
Yelly coming down, trying to help with the defense of this beacon, but ends up a dead bird. And now this is full channel progress going over to the members of Revolt, so Li Ming not risking to go in there alone. This is going to be 100% for Revolt right off the bat. Heck yeah. Good job, Revolt.
I gotta say, the zone potential with the Gul'dan and the Azmodan is way too strong. Granted, Azmodan sitting only at the 63 stack mark, 6.5 levels in. Kind of need to speed up at this point because you really want to hit that 200 before 10 to get the most value with the Gluttony as well as the Blackpool. But looks like we'll have a rotation from the team. Gul'dan staying in bottom to deep push that lane, but we have a bit of a big push in top.
Yeah, the push is pretty big, pretty strong, and with Uriel leading that charge as well, Azmodan being able to harass behind the towers too with those dunks. This is looking to be a struggle of the defense. This fort should fall pretty soon. It's more about whether or not Revolt can also get a kill on top of that. Uriel getting very aggressive, trying to see if they can make that happen. The fort goes down. Revolt looking like they're gonna back out of the situation for now.
Yeah, they get out of there, and I think this is exactly what you're talking about at the start with Miss Sally here. Everyone taking every talent that's going to be helping the desperation, and I believe that is off the cue there. And just, you know, you're seeing shielding, you're going to be seeing grabbing Zeal for herself on top of, you know, getting 2 marks on someone else. So overall, I gotta say, White Mane showing up in this first game here and doing a phenomenal job. Deckard Cain keeping pace, actually doing a little bit more in healing in that range on the stat side, but overall between the two, it seems to be a lot better in the team fights.
Yeah, once that heroic comes online for White Mane too, being able to get that burst heal out, I'm expecting that to tip a little bit more into her favor, because that just puts out so much healing in those clutch situations. So really curious to see if that's enough healing that the rest of the members of Extra Cheese with that Vala, with that Li Ming can really burst through.
Yeah, and as actually I just peeked over at Twitch chat for a hot second there, and Ghost Bear was actually saying Falstad seems like a rough pick, and I'm feeling the same way. That top lane doesn't seem like it's a fun time to be a Falstad. Going to those mage stacks, only sitting at 13 stacks currently with that. Typically, you see if you're going to be picking up a Falstad here, you'd see him in the 4-member rotation, or you'd see maybe the auto attack build to pair better into just, you know, stacking up the mini wave rather than into an enemy hero. But at this point, between the two teams, they're going to be holding it over on the side of Revolt, 9 to about 8. And once they get 10s, I think this is going to be an even harder fight for them on the side of Extra Cheese as they get the toss onto Bossman. The Iron Skin is used. They go ahead and walk away. Some laser going out, but full heals from Deckard Cain will keep them fine.
Grandpa with the sippy cups, with the clutch heals. Bossman still going in for more. The blinds go out onto Garrosh. He's able to get away. Roots are going to come out just a little bit. It allows Li Ming to get that orb out, doing a lot of damage on both Garrosh and to White Mane. We're going to have to see how much longer this fight's going to go. Uriel going in, trying to trap Johanna, but Bossman is going to walk away like the boss that he is and say, nothing really happened there. No worries, nothing to see.
And not even needing to Hearth all the way back, too. You saw that animation start to come out, and they were just like, no, just tap well. We're still going to stay here. We don't even need to go all the way back. We'll burn that and just continue to pressure you in this bottom lane. Uriel, though, going to hold over that top fairly well. You can already see the positioning coming out just in that lane. Falstad trying to look for an interesting angle. Meanwhile, they'll be going and grabbing camps around the bottom area. I got to say, the setup and it's going to be 10-9, and I don't think they can do anything on the side of extra cheese. They honestly have to back off, especially with what they've been picking up here. You taunt a couple members, so you get a dunk on them. You get some Gul'dan dropping damage. That's just GG. That's a Zerg wave doing more damage in your bottom lane than you want.
Yeah, absolutely. And at the very least, having everyone alive to help defend as opposed to having only a couple and trying to make something happen. Although at the same time, rather than focusing on bottom, perhaps rotating top to, you know, maybe help out that Falstad there a little bit, but Revolt just keeping such an eye on the team as they have retreated back behind what's left of their gate down there, and simply not able to even get close. They're so close to 10, but I don't think they're going to get it before the Zerg wave really hits. Yelly trying to get that top beacon, but I mean, against Yrel, that no way, no how.
What's funny is Yrel actually came down to bottom, was looking to push with them. Falstad was actually so afraid to push in, and then didn't go in there until at that last second when Yrel already made it back to the lane. But we're gonna have a dunk come out from Azmodan sitting at 174 stacks, looking to finish that out in this push. And this is going to be a full Zerg wave in the bottom lane, but top lane needs to be defended as Yrel will be going ahead and doing that. But I think this is going to be a big push for the side of Revolt, Cat Peach.
Yeah, absolutely. They already had 10. This is their chance to even get another talent advantage. They can probably get 13 really soon if they play their cards right. It'd be really close to it by the end of this push if they can get really close into that gate. The focus right now is on Bossman. The sleep does come out from Deckard and a little bit of defense. Vex looking really low. The team's going to back up behind the rest of the Zerg wave, and the Fear comes out just to make sure that disengage stays.
Yelly getting just bodied by some of that globe damage coming out as well. So members of Revolt doing a lot of work on this push, but at the same time, they're not going to be giving over that fort.
Yeah, they kept that fort, and I was convinced that they were going to lose that. So props to them for being able to hold on.
We will have those stacks being finished, so Gluttony will be achieved, getting that cooldown reduction off the minions and heroes. I do believe it is 0.5 for heroes hit and 0.25 for minions hit. So a decent amount, but if you're missing minion waves or you're missing heroes, it's not going to really add up. But we'll see, as we'll see if they can reduce that 10-second cooldown timer.
I'm looking at Yelly.
Same.
Like
looking for that angle on that gust.
I'm waiting for the gust.
Is he just waiting for flight to be up? He's currently got it. Flight is available. What are you doing, bud?
What are you doing, yo? What do you need, my friend? What are you doing? Your team's over here. Do they know where you are?
Top lane's getting pushed in. That's a so oh my god, but it worked!
It worked!
It absolutely works, but the taunt comes out from Vex here, and I think they try and turn this around. The Iron Skin's going to be coming up from Bossman 1, 2, 3 as they get the stun as well. Globe coming out on top of that. Sulfate at 16 health, able to get out of there. They disengage. They pick off the Sally with the solo gust. I mean, boy, I don't think it was worth it, because look at top lane right now getting pushed into the keep front gate. Like,
yeah.
That trade.
Oh man, that was, I mean, well played for being so patient from Yelly, but no one being able to clean that up. I mean, no damage to keep just yet, thankfully, but they're gonna have to spend a lot of time cleaning up that top lane for sure. That was such a, that was like a power play. That was like a, we don't have to do this, but we want to. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what that was. That was amazing.
It's almost like sometimes like when you have a Zeratul and they get to that post 16 mark and they just start to roam and they just solo just like OHKO a single target in a rotation. That's what Falstad I think was trying to achieve there, but it's just like, bud, you push them into a wall, and then you still need the rest of your team to kind of follow it up, and even then they almost died from that. But Gust available. Flight should be up as well. They could look for something like this again, as you can see them already sitting in the bush, waiting. Yelly just setting themselves up for a potential Gust to solo one member away.
I wonder if they're going to expect that. Yelly's not showing on the map, and last time they were gone for so long, that's exactly what they were doing, so...
Here comes the flight. They go ahead and get the barrel roll as well. They get the push on the Pizza here. They get the stun as well, and that's the blind to sleep on top of it, and that is a dead Gul'dan, Cat Peach.
Gul'dan is the first to go down, but Yelly is now in a terrible position, trying to come back or get out of that fight, but ends up falling. Bossman now trying to appeal for the rest of the team. Sulfate looking really low again. Disintegrate coming out to try to help with that disengage, and Revolt gonna back up now. 1-for-1 trade in that scenario. Sulfate... I'm just waiting for that one dunk that takes Sulfate out in those situations.
That dunk, but it looks like they're going to be NRG just looking for the stacks, sitting at 302 stacks currently. And the big thing is you know, hitting that four. Oh, Sulfate. Oh,
So close.
that was that. It's just. But the thing is, there's cooldown reduction. They did get that, so look for another dunk here. Oh, I thought they were gonna start going for those blind dunks, looking for some others. But charge gonna be picked up by Urel at this point. Top lane is pushed in as well from that siege camp or from the bruiser camp. Yelly really low here as well.
Gunslinger just chilling. Knows they don't really have to do much. They already got the beacon. Falside's clearing top because there's no other choice. The rest of the members of Extra Cheese just backed against a wall here. And Revolt again looking like they're going to get that full strength Zerg wave going into their third for this game. And just not letting go on this map at all. They've been bossing this around so hard. They're bringing it to the boss, my friend.
I think honestly, Bossman's gonna need the name change after this game because at this point, I don't know if you can have that username as you're getting pushed in through these lanes so hard. Top lane is gonna have the camp as well as the Zerg wave. They're gonna leave their Gul'dan, they're gonna leave the Vala in bottom lane to go ahead and push up a little bit more. No, they go ahead and get the clear with the Azmodan and the Gul'dan, and they'll push into this top lane with the Urel solo.
Yeah, push with the URL solo. I like being able to just clear this wave potentially as fast as possible, but it looks like they're gonna abandon it altogether now that there's just the one big floaty man hanging out there and possibly contribute to this push. The members of Revolt all converging up here, potentially aiming for that keep and just trying to make this game go as fast as possible and not play the patient game, which, I mean, I'm into it. Let's go. They get the flip onto Bossman. The hardened shield is popped, able to get away for now, but now they're putting right into this keep. Beautiful root. Wondering if Extra Cheese has the damage to make something happen now that they're fighting right under their fort.
They have that Horrifile, so that was a huge disengage from Sulfate so low here. They will go ahead and get a stun. There is Bossman stepping up, but that's going to be the Iron Skin being chunked through as well. Huge root coming out from Deckard. There will be the globe out from Azmodan. They confirm the keep. They leave the Guardians to do some work, and they back right out of here. But this is the one thing that we talked about how many times Braxis Hold has been banned out. This is the reason why, is you can't just you get the Zerg wave, you just hard rotate into it. You need to actually sit there and defend against your own, even if they get 0%, because it's a new mechanic and it doesn't kind of work the same way. As they start to get the slow into Sulfate here, they get the root out from the Deckard Cain. Vex goes ahead and gets the toss into Bossman. That will be another Gus soloing them away. That is going to be the Warlord's challenge. A huge dunk going to confirm the kill onto the ground Muradin, and they go ahead. They need to lick their wounds and run away as the members of the Vault will go ahead and grab this camp and push into bottom even harder.
Yeah, pushing the bottom even harder. They have 16, so they do have that comfort for a little while longer of knowing that their opponents probably aren't going to defend anything that they try to do. There wasn't much they can do against that camp invade, even though they tried. Ended up losing that Falstad, and Extra Cheese feeling like they couldn't really cheese the map so far this game. Can't stand up against that laughing beauty of Whitemane, it seems. Every time she laughs, I just get so unsettled. By
the way, did you notice that at level 1 there's a healing talent where you can actually use and I don't know off the top of my head, we'll call them the magic missiles of healing. You can use them on your teammates instead of the enemies, and it's actually a different laugh. She actually has a different laugh when she's healing her teammates with the same ability. We currently get Sulfate getting caught out here. The toss is going to go out. That will be the root coming out from Deckard, but that is the false. Oh no, the deadfall will still be happening. Gust coming out, but Solo actually Bossman away from the team.
Yeah, I think, was Yelly trying to make sure the Gus got everyone into story time? Is that the deal there?
I think it might have been just to try and save Vala. That's what it
Gotcha.
seemed like to me, but they just want to push into top lane. Yelly! Dunked on, and that is going to be the game picked up by Revolt here as they march onto the core with 3 dead. Deckard, I'm sorry, but you can't reset like Li Ming can on the core.
Oh man, absolutely not. Grandpa only has a stick, and they're gonna fear Grandpa away just in case. But game number 1 going over to Revolt. GG, ladies and gentlemen. That was quite the one-sided Braxis game for sure. I think everyone kind of forgot about the existence of Whitebang being available this time around, so,
I honestly think so, yeah.
I mean, I did, if I'm being entirely honest. I was like,
I
oh,
did.
yeah.
Like, I was like not even talking about it because I was like, well, it's not gonna happen. Like, she's not available. Oh, right, yeah. Bush League, there are no rules.
There are no rules, because Blizzard doesn't gotta know, right? It's all good. It's all good in
Exactly,
the
and this is you know, Blizzard, you don't have to know about this part. But please come and watch it.
Maybe
Come watch what
so.
we do when there are no rules.
No rules, just right. Bush League, kind of like Outback Steakhouse. Just saying.
It was really funny because like I saw at the end of that match they ended up like Pizza utilizing the Horrified to push Deckard back into the Nexus, and I was like, oh, they're just like sending him to a retirement home. Like, they're just keeping him there. They won't let him...
Making sure Grandpa's all taken care of.
Grandpa, you're not allowed to leave. Like, you gotta stay in there. Like, we don't want you to wander too far away.
Oh
and
my
get potentially kicked off.
No, Grandpa, you're not supposed to wander around outside the home. We talked about this.
With 4 dead, you know you can't be out by yourself. You need a little companion. So Gul'dan just doing God's work there, just keeping the Deckard Cain in the retirement home while the rest of the team came back to life. But that will be game number 1 picked up by Revolt in a dominating fashion. And Cat Peach, as we get set up for game number 2 here, how are you feeling about going into Cursed Hollow?
Smallest map to one of the biggest maps? Hello?
Yep.
Heck yeah. I mean, honestly, we might see a reprise of that false stat again. Oh no, Yelly, I didn't mean to make you an observer. Go be a player. There we
Cool.
go.
All right. Well, we got a new observer.
Surprise, you're no longer playing. In between, while I was getting this set up, Fringe and Spoilsack, thank you for those bitty bit cheers, my friends. They're always appreciated.
Welcome, actually, everyone. Thank you for coming by. And as Cat Peach is kind of doing the lobby stuff, I'll go ahead and just say thank you all for hanging out on this Sunday night as we nurse our bodies back to health with more.
Nurse, you could say.
Exactly.
I do like, and just like you theorize, everyone does think I'm drinking whiskey out of this amazing glass, when in fact it's Chardonnay, because I'm a basic bitch, so.
But that you know what? Just you can lie to everyone and just pretend like you just got a big old glass of whiskey and you're just like, this is how I do on Sundays.
I mean, sometimes I do. I just don't have any bourbon in the house, so. But I do have 13 bottles of wine that I brought home from this weekend, so. Gotta start making a dent in those real fast.
Yeah, I think that's like a fair challenge to yourself. But looks like we have one team already saying they're ready. I can't wait for this. As I burp all the way through this, we are going to be having some I don't know, like it's Cursed Hollow. It's a huge map. I wonder if we see a lot of priority onto the global. Do we see teams do we see Sally getting banned out or prioritized? Do we see anything on the Dahaka, the Falstead? Like all jokes aside, Yelly, sitting in that bush, still played a phenomenal Falstead. It's just one of those things where going into the Urel, it was really, really difficult. And so I wonder if that might be adjusted here on a bigger map where globals really get a lot of value.
Yeah, for sure. And Yelly, with that position, there's not many places to hide on Brax's holdout to set up for those Gus ganks. And so perhaps a bit more room, a bit more capability there for that kind of play. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know if it's something necessarily ban-worthy, but I definitely expect someone to pick up either Falstad or someone like Dahaka on this map because of that global pressure. It's just way too valuable on a map that's this big. Or even when we talked about Battlefield, like on a pale horse, get you around those lanes even faster. Respect Azmodan. Yeah,
they don't want to deal with those dunks. And to be honest, who would? Also on this map, he's got so much value. But so I was just thinking about this. We always talk about things like Genji being banned out. Woohoo! We have Hanzo being banned out. We've had these conversations 500 times because that's the generic cast we do. Let's talk about while this is going on. Let's talk about why this is a Probius map.
So even though the little zippy doodad Roomba doesn't have the fastest movement speed, it is surprising how fast you can get between. Not necessarily across the map, but between an adjacent lane to the other. So if Probius wants to keep on soaking and then come up and help really zone against that tribute, has the freedom to do so. At the same time, if you want to dedicate more to the only 4, go to tribute and try to handle that, Probius is gonna siege his little heart out in whatever lane you put him in, and be able to get away from there as soon as possible as well with that Z. So, I mean, he can clear real fast. He can make sure your lanes are pushed out while everyone else is doing other stuff, and chunk a lot of damage if someone oversteps during those tributes. So, you know, at least that's how I play him personally.
I played Probius in the Brawl recently, and then I played a bunch of quick match because I was like, oh, I'm close to getting them to a level, so I'll just do that. And then I actually played on Cursed Hollow, and I was like, it feels comfortable. Like, you can get a lot of good poke out, you can actually get a lot of good setup. Like, you can make the same argument for Gazlowe, but I think Probius just has a bit more unique of a poke style, and it also, you can zone really, really well with, I don't know it off the top of my head, the energy spheres that you create on the ground, which I
the warp resonance, I believe it's called.
Or the warp rifts.
Yeah, the rifts. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, yeah. I was like, it's okay.
Warp resonance is the level 1 talent.
Okay, but you can get so much good zoning with that. But actually getting to this draft, the reality of the situation is we are going to be getting a global first pick. Dehaka with the Sally Whitemane once again on the side of Revolt, and then they go for that ETC Gul'dan Hanzo. I mean, this is what we talk about. Hanzo on this map, double boss situations, Gul'dan for the Horrify for boss control. Do we see maybe a Tyrael pop up at some point?
I mean, that would be sick. I would expect it maybe more. Well, actually, it could work on either situation. I mean, the boss control from Tyrael, if that is your play, would be super valuable with what you already have for extra cheese, on top of the fact that you can even have ECT go more into that global if you really need to and join in later on. Ban coming out for Deckard. I like it. Deckard saved that Vala's booty tons of times.
Stay a while and listen. Has a lot of good setup here. Are you seeing Zixurus in chat?
I'm getting flamed. All right, listen.
Ooh.
1v1 me and Probius, and then we'll see where it actually matters. All right, my friend. Actually, I've never played Probius a day in my life. Don't tell anyone. Shh.
It's actually a Smurf account. Didn't you buy the level 60? You had to specifically find a level 60 plus Probius account?
Yeah. It was really hard to find, but you scrounge well enough, and it turns up. There's someone out there doing it for everyone. So.
We are going to be getting a Joanna being picked up as the main tank, and then we'll have Jaina grabbed on top of that. This is often a map where we see Jaina going for the Ice Lance build, having really, really good poke. And to be honest, into a lot of what they have currently, there's some slow, there's some setup, as well as I think they can burst down some of these really squishy, Hanzo getting caught out of position for a couple seconds too many, realistically, will just be blown up. But anybody who tries to step forward will be polymorphed, as we have the
Excuse me? What?
I wasn't expecting a Medivh today with a
Brightwing.
The boss control. Oh my god. So you have Horrify, Emerald Wind. They're basically playing around the boss. That's realistically it. Medivh, then you have Polybomb. Or Leyline Seal if you want to go.
Leyline Seal, if you're going to cheese it, make sure everyone's in another dimension while you cap the boss that they just work so hard to grab.
And then you can have ETC power slide in and go ahead and mosh on top of that. There's a lot of terrifying things from the members of Revolt. Or excuse me, Extra Cheese.
Wow, this is gonna be crazy. Is it gonna work is the question, because, I mean, if Rossini is a, god level Medivh and can really get those plays out, then heck yeah, this is terrifying. But I can see also a situation where maybe the Horrify Emerald Wind synergy is a little bit off, because nothing feels worse than being Horrify, and then you're oh no, Emerald Wind at the same time, and then you're down 2 heroics that just screwed each other up. Or
even then, if you were to go for any sort of mosh, and then you end up horrifying on top of a mosh.
There's a lot of room for error in overlap there.
It's almost like if you had an ETC on your friendly team playing Team League on a Saturday one time, and you're playing Falstad, and you accidentally gust after being told not to Gus.
It's almost
same thing.
Very close. I wonder if we know. There's someone who definitely looks like you that I think did that once.
I think yeah, it's a doppelganger definitely.
Yeah, for sure. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to get into game number 2. Revolt is up 1 game in the series so far. So looking at these teams in the blue in Revolt, we're going to have Gunslinger on that Dehaka, Aurelius on white main, NRG on gray main, Vex Zero on Johanna, and Pizza on Jaina.
And on the right-hand side, we are going to be having the members of Extra Cheese with Yelly going to be playing Brightwing, Bossman 123 going to be on that ETC, Soulflake going to be on the Hanzo, Pet the Fish going to be on Gul'dan, and Rossini going to be on the Birdman Medivh.
The Birdman grabbing all that vision, keeping an eye on all of Revolt's whereabouts throughout this game, which is one of the most annoying things on the planet to not be able to do anything against. And it's as soon as you see that Medivh when you're on boss on your enemy team, and you're just like, uh-oh, and the fear that gets put into your heart is terrifying.
I'm not gonna lie, I've played in Hero League against Medivh, and it's just like in the back of my own mind, it's just the Jaws music is slowly starting to play when you see that bird like hovering over the boss. It's coming for you, and then and you see it's like, well, Polybomb is probably off cooldown, it's gonna drop, make sure you spread, and then they still steal it regardless, and it's just a bunch of little sheep flying around him.
Gunslinger trying to hide from that Medivh, not be seen just yet. I like it. Trying to play a little hide and seek there. That would be actually a very fun brawl, hide and seek with Medivh.
Oh my god, yes.
You get 9 people hiding, and Medivh has to just like fly around the map trying to find them. Blizzard, call me, please.
Wait, Cat Peach, it's 9 Dehakas, and when you burrow, you get the stealth talent. And then Medivh has to kill you with a Sulfate going to be dying first. Actually,
White
talk about deaths.
What the?
He has to use this Arcane Rift to kill you. That's the only way he can kill you.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting. Blizzard, make it.
We
Go.
got this. We're available for consulting for hire, whatever you may need. Getting back to this game, little bit of an XP lead for Revolt given that 1 kill. Excellent final blow coming out from Whiteming there as well. But for right now, both teams just making sure to spread evenly around the map, soak things up. It is a big one, so you got to make sure that you got people in as many lanes as possible. Both teams grabbing their top camps to help push that top lane a bit, since they don't seem to be prioritizing too many people to be up there for now.
This is actually what we see teams do. Is they go ahead right around this mark, they'll have the Siege Giants picked up because they'll rotate into lane, and this is actually really perfect for the members of Revolt because the first objective will be in bottom. Funny enough, their global aspect is going to be in bottom of the lane already. This is often where you see, Dehaka sits in top and then just burrows into the last second, gets that huge flank. But at this point, they're just going to rotate in for this, and it looks like Revolt wants to set themselves up for it. They don't really have any way to kind of rotate back down to this. They actually put the ETC, Gul'dan, and the Brightwing in top lane, and only one of them can get around the map quick enough, unless they can magically get 10 all of a sudden and ETC can take the stage.
I mean, that would be some bizarre magic going on, and I wouldn't be against it, to be honest. But yeah, Extra Cheese, I feel like just give up first tribute, try to soak elsewhere. They are going to start sending ETC and Gul'dan down, however. Gunslinger just hiding for now. Arcane Rift misses there, trying to reveal him. Or did it? I think it did.
I looked at his stack, so they didn't go up. But they are going to be continuing to poke here, as it looks like they start to... Yeah, they're going to poke in on this. We actually get the power slide in from Bossman. Vex backing right out of there. Vision provided from the friendly Hanzo. They're looking for the angle. That's really the big thing, is they're just trying to find some entry point into this.
Yeah, waiting for Revolt to really overstep there. Bossman has no problem just soaking up that damage going out. The power slide is going to go onto Pizza. Life drain onto them as well. Aurelius trying to get the damage out from the back. Bossman in a terrible position. The warp goes down, or the portal goes down, but not in time. ETC falls, and it should be easy tribute for Revolt.
That's going to be picked up very easily here, and they're just going to have to back out of here. Hanzo's still trying to poke out. There will be the burrow from Dehaka into the top lane, going to continue to get that soak and continue to, start this experience gap. I wouldn't say continue, because we're only looking at about a half a level lead between the two teams, so nothing too big at this point, but it's starting to look a lot like last game. A lot of good macro control coming out from the members of Revolt, as Vex is stepping up a bit far here, looking to see maybe is there a power slide from Bossman to kind of lock them down. Not going to be happening, as they just kind of back off and push him with the Slain a little bit more.
The power slide went onto Vex, but with that hardened shield, being able to simply not be bothered by it way too much. Level 7 is getting picked up for Revolt as well, right before the tribute spawns as well. Actually, she should have theirs fairly soon as well. Dahaka doing a ton of work up here on this top gate. Should start backing out soon as they don't want to get ganked, as the rest of the members of Extra Cheese are starting to move their way up here as well. I'm wondering if Extra Cheese wants to take a fight before this tribute here. Damage coming out. Baha, I've lost your voice. Come back to me, my friends.
Oh no! Oh no!
There you go. I was like,
I
where
had a
did you
sneeze
go?
and I pushed my mute button. I had a sneeze and I pushed my mute button, and I thought I hit it once again. But thank you, Yeti, for having really sensitive buttons.
Sneeze OP.
But sneeze OP, sneeze breaking casters. But no, Brightwing getting out with like 17 health there. That's got to be the most frustrating thing on the side of Revolt.
Mm-hmm.
Yelly just so lucky with that protection coming out from Medivh. Dang.
Protected, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Totally fair and balanced. Vex?
Getting caught out?
Probably not. It's Johanna. It's hard to really follow up on a caught out from Johanna unless you have everybody there with you. The battle of the globals happening right now up here in the top lane, though. Adorable little dance of a evil beastie boy and one fairy dragon. 2 tributes already for Revolt. So on the side of Extra Cheese, it's either you get this or you're cursed. So this is a fairly important one for them right now. 10 shouldn't be available for anyone just immediately when it spawns, but I'm wondering if Revolt can stall it out long enough to maybe get that advantage. But it looks like they're just gonna go in and fight right now. And Bossman moving back initially. The portal is out, but no one's really popping through it just yet. Bossman is separated from the rest of the team at this point, trying to get the way around, but no heals available just yet. Medivh simply flying around, hanging out in bird form, and Extra Cheese just trying to stall this.
They're getting the stall on this for a very long time. Tongue going to be coming out onto Medivh, denying the portal. Go through Rossi. Rossi is going to be fine, but Sulflate in that mid lane is going to be getting so low. That is going to be the curse picked up by Sally here. As Bossman getting low, that will be the Iron Skin popped out from the Johanna. Bossman still finding NRG not being able to get that kill. Oh my god. The members of Extra Cheese walking with so little health, but that will not be happening again as Brightwing is going to be picked up here. And that curse is really starting to push in top lane quite hard. Bottom lane needs to be pushed back, but overall, I will say Revolt getting a lot of value during this curse phase.
Yeah, Gunslinger able to burrow down and clear out that bot. The top fort's already down top fort's down as well. Energy going into the fort. Bossman trying to respond to that for now. But the rest of Revolt not necessarily pushing just yet, waiting for those minion waves just to help a little bit with the damage onto these structures. But no one's responding to Dahaka. Everyone's focused in this top and mid lane, so hopefully that is eventually a fort in favor of Revolt if Dahaka can trunk through it fast enough.
With 9 seconds left on this and the entire wave stacked up, yeah, they should be able to burn through this soon. If I was actually the Dahaka, I would actually step a little far forward, burn down that initial wave just to, have in this. Oh, it's one of those things you get that little extra experience quicker, and you also get a lot more essence. It works to that level 1 a little bit quicker. But overall, still, they're going to confirm that fort. They've got enough of the mini wave stacked up down there, and this is the point. They want to move on the boss. Yelly going to be... Actually, the power slide coming in from ETC. The burrow will be coming out from the Dahaka. That Brush Stalker pulling them in. That will be the tongue grab onto them. Cleanse coming out as well. A lot of members of Revolt getting low here as a huge mosh pit comes out. On top of that, there is the Dragon Strike. Polybomb is out as well, but they get 3 kills on the side of Revolt during this entire exchange.
And make it a 4th. Revolt with the beautiful setup around that boss. And Medivh, the only bird left standing, is going to go fly away and try to clear a wave somewhere on the map. But this is going to be a free boss for Revolt to keep pushing into that top lane where the keep is already, or the fort's already gone. So that's now starting to threaten possibly some keep pressure depending on how much they want to focus it. And then at this point, Revolt, do they want to push with it? Do they want to get the boss on their side as well and have that double boss scenario? But they're going in for another kill! And and wow, just being so aggressive in this game. Polymorph coming out to try to disincentivize this push just a little bit. But it's 4v5, so I don't know how much Extra Cheese really wants to fight into this.
Yeah, this is a really, really risky spot here. And just, you know, I like, you listed all the options, and then they were just like, you know what? I think we're just going to go ahead and just try and get some more kills instead. And then they go ahead and do that, but the Bless Shield going to be coming out, setting themselves up for that ETC kill as they stagger death as the Gul'dan is now back. But here's the thing, they have this boss still healthy, and they're pushing it on a keep. I don't know if they can get a kill or two here with the boss still being decently healthy. They might be able to get some more value, but the Horrify coming up, no follow-up damage for any, like, everyone stayed fine. That was actually kind of surprising.
Yeah, a bit surprising, but I mean, Keep's gone, that's the important thing. Dehaka's grabbing the tribute, being able to use that global pressure. Unless Yeli wants to teleport, or no, couldn't really teleport down there to do anything about it, so that's going to be a free tribute yet again for Revolt, who have picked up every single one this game. And at this point, I set on making this map blue as they steal their opponent's camp, looking to clear their lanes, probably grab the rest of their camps as well. It's more of like, they have all the options, what do they decide to do next?
Realistically, with their advantage that they have, a lot of teams you'll see them do this. They're just like, you know what, we don't want to go and chase fights because they can, you know, just back off and then we might take a bad fight, stagger deaths, give them over control. So what they're doing right now, it's the safe play, it's the smart play. It just creates more map pressure. They have, you know, catapult pressure in top, so Brightwing's actually going to be needing to clear that. I like that they're utilizing her in that aspect because, well, you know, she can Z onto any target. She's also got those blink heals too, and we talked, I just wanted to kind of note, we talked about all this stuff, all these items on the side of Extra Cheese for, you know, boss control and boss stealing and boss pickup, and they haven't been able to use a single one. Like, they won't even rotate and pick up or fight over this boss in the bottom left here, and that's going to be grabbed, and they'll have 3 lanes of pressure during this entire tribute phase. Not going to give them a curse, but boy, Revolt looks really, really good tonight.
Yeah, Revolt stepping up. They I believe, weren't necessarily in a better position than their opponents in terms of standings. Unless I potentially looked at those standings wrong, because right now they are showing as if they are the better team in this game, and so far they have been. About to get level 16 too. Their opponents just got 13. Extra Cheese, if they're gonna make something happen, it's gonna have to be now. The power size is gonna go out. The Mosh Pit follow up. Is the Dragon Strike going to be there? There it comes, putting out the damage, but energy on that back line. The Ring of Frost comes out, trapping too, and that is going to be Pet the Fish trying to retreat, almost dead. Medivh on the run as well. ETC and Gul'dan finally fall, followed by that Hanzo. Rossini just barely missing the Ice Lance.
That Ice Lance would have been a demise, but here's the thing, Cat Peach. While all that happened, bottom got pushed in by a boss, mid lane got pushed in by a bruiser camp, and top lane got pushed in by a siege camp with catapults. And there's no keep in top. Oh, even the siege giants are BMing and just taking, like, we'll just take out the well before we take out the core. Like, we need that experience from it. But they're currently going to have everyone available for this last defense, and I say it's a last defense, but this is really, if they lose out any members here in any sort of major fight, this could be the end, as they're just gonna back off. 17-13. What?
Go, go, go! You can do it. We believe in you. They don't believe in themselves though. They're gonna back off. I think they could have maybe pushed a little bit further.
I think they could have pushed really hard there. They have an advantage. They've definitely got the stronger team fight in this. At least they've shown that they have the stronger team fight in this match. But that will be the next tribute spawning here in the next 27 seconds. And if they get this, that's curse, and they can just push it even harder. And if I'm on a team and I'm 3 levels down, I don't even try and fight this. I just give this over and I say turtle up and wait for the big wave of doom.
Ooh, I like hiding in the bush. True Bush League fashion. Power Slide's gonna go out. The Protect is out as well. There's no Mosh Pit to follow up just yet though. And Extra Cheese trying to show teeth, but not a lot of bite to back that up in the long run. They are pushed really far back now, trying to focus on Zex, but Gunslinger's already snuck back, trying to get the tribute. The Ring of Frost comes out. Few members end up getting trapped there. Sulfate with the jump to get away. The portal is out, and Extra Cheese so far haven't lost a member, but this is Curse going in with 2 lanes keepless, and this is going to have to be the world's best defense if they want to keep this game going.
Oh no, Boss Man, oh no!
No!
Boss Man, I was watching during that entire thing. ended up taking one of the portals from Medivh and getting trolled by his own Medivh, and actually the portal ended, getting caught out way too far, and then got a weird power slide, and then had no disengage tools as Greymane goes ahead and bodies the Hanzo, and they find another kill onto Medivh. Did finish the Arcane Rift stacks, but this looks like with Curse that is going to be GG's going over in favor for Revolt, taking a 2-0 in this week's Bush League match.
Yeah, indeed. And somehow, man, computers hate me today, it seems.
Oh, did
Okay.
Twitch do that wonderful thing where it didn't update your stream title after you hit it 30 times before going live?
Yeah!
Yeah, mine's done that before, and people are like, "You're not playing Heroes of Storm, you're playing Fallout 4," and I'm like, "I know, I hit the button, I swear."
Yikes. Sorry, NGS. Totally did not mean to do that.
It's updated for me now. I'm looking at it.
Alright, yeah, I just hit that. Sorry, folks. Thanks for the catch. Physio, though. Appreciate it.
Hi, Hero Physio. How you doing?
Say hello to a partying
Oh, and I'm glitching out,
Bahamut.
too.
Heck yeah, you are. I love it. Alright, rad. Okay. Wow, 16 kills to 0 for Revolt.
Yeah,
Ooh.
that was a
That was a spicy game.
They had a lot of tools, but the thing is, I don't think they meshed well together.
Yeah.
The Medivh, I don't know how I feel about it. I really don't know how I felt about it overall.
Yeah, I guess what we were thinking they would do and what they're planning to do were very two different things. So, but I mean, you try it, see what sticks, and if it doesn't work, then I don't know, then you lose. There are worse things that can happen in life, you know, compared to losing a game of Heroes of the Storm. But all right, ladies and gentlemen, Baha. We've got a game number 2, or a match number 2, coming up in 15 minutes. We're going to have Philoshimal against Team Fuck. How excited are you?
I'm ready for this. I have been seeing that Zexurus is actually on one of those teams, and the last time I got to cast him was during Creators of the Storm, and he created himself as, like, the villain of the event, and I gotta say it was actually it was like a really interesting part of the event itself, and holy crap, like I just turned pink. I love this.
This is it's a great aesthetic. It's like vaporwave.
It is. It's like, it's almost like it's no, it's exactly that. I was about to say like synthwave, and I'm like, that's the same thing. I absolutely love this. I feel like I'm coming out of like, it's like I just watched like Akira, and it's like that's the music that like plays in the background of my head when I look over it. But now, of course, now that we talk about it, it gets fixed. But I don't know, like the entire event, like he ran around just pretending to be like the villain of the event, and it was really funny. And he's just a character to cast, and I can only expect that from his entire team too. And God, I'm just not ready to say the other team's name.
You better get ready. I ignore the acronym and just get really excited about saying fuck over and over again. So
that's true.
Try to look at that way. But yeah, we'll take a short break. I will get more beautiful Chardonnay in this here glass and continue to roll from on high here at Bush League with Bahamut. So we'll see you around 6:15 for match number 2. So hang tight and we'll see you soon.
Bye. その方が気が知れねえぜ乗れるさ欲しけりゃなお前もでかいのぶんどりな
that?
Boys and girls, welcome back to your Sunday's Fight Club of Heroes of the Storm. This is Bush League. I am still Cat Peach. This gentleman to my side is still Bahamut. Baha, how you doing, my friend?
I'm great. We had a nice little break. We talked about absolutely the most random stuff. We had friends jump in and we talked about my beard for a bit. And then we got ourselves set up for another best of two series between two great teams. We have Faloshama, I think I'm guessing at this point, and Team versus Team Fuck.
Oh, I totally dropped some. It's Philomenashal. I'm gonna fuck this up, guys, so many times. I'm sorry in advance.
So Team Kael'thas on the left and Team Fuck on the right. We're gonna be taking them to Towers of Doom, as we kind of talked a little bit about in the first match. This is the Bush League where kind of there are no rules. So Whitemane, she's available. There's no skin bans. There's no spray bans. It's HGC map pool, which
we get to pick from.
Which we get to pick, but I'm gonna say this maybe for the Bush League to maybe consider. I don't know, maybe bring in Blackheart's
all
Bay.
maps. Yeah, all maps available.
I want to cast a Blackheart's Bay game because I don't think I've actually done it in my entire casting career, which
I don't think
about just like a year old. Yeah
I've never got to cast a Blackheart's Bay game. Second Asmodean ban of the night coming in already from Team Fuck, followed by Diablo. No Asmo on the table for today, at least for now.
Not on Towers of Doom, and that's a pretty strong map for it. But now, I brought this up in the last time. How do you think? Would you pick up Probius here? Would you even ban Probius here?
I mean, ban no.
I'm pushing for it. I already got my Asmodean game.
I know, right? I already said if there's a team that I'm casting that picks up a Probius, I buy that team a round of beers at BlizzCon if they're there. So that offer is on the table. Probius on Towers of Doom. So definitely can work, but compared to like Brax's Holdout, where you can hold the beacon and be okay doing that, being able to like defend and try to capture the shrine is really difficult. So as long as you're okay just straight up stalling with Probius when it's the three shrines, like A-okay, he could work. It definitely depends on the situation. But I've played him.
I think he can be really strong here. As
yes.
Chat is just calling us out here for not
Thank
updating names.
God, because I need people to do that. Let me switch
Thank God for Twitch chat here.
Yeah.
I will say this, just kind of like first pick Lily.
Hello.
Are we going damage? Or like, do you want to just shut down the Rainer? Like, this is. As they go ahead and they grab a Joanna Rhaegar on the side of Team Fuck. Just to kind of catch everyone up as we are updating this, on the left-hand side, we're going to be having Faloshimara. I'm just guessing at this point.
I can't wait to see how that translates.
And then we are going to be also having Team Fuck on the right, which, yes, it did just get updated.
Thanks, friends. I appreciate it. This is fucking amateur hour, apparently, on over here.
Also, Ramadi, hey, what's going on? Thank you for coming by.
Yeah, thanks everyone for coming to hang out while we give each other shit, but we're here having a good time. Like, it's Sunday, it's kicked back, we saw some Asmodean. Like, what else can you say?
I think the Lily is just, it's a pickup, and maybe it's just us. We're going to be getting a Probius. Like, they're going to start with the Lily, and that's just the way they're going to go. I mean, they have the Garrosh to start this out with. You can then go ahead and get... Oh, I love this.
Ooh. Stitch's hook, blinds from Lily, and then additional assault from Cassia. Potential taunt, too, coming out from Garrosh.
You go ahead and you hook, gorge them, walk away. They're isolated from the minion wave, the enemy team. There is a single target to toss. That goes over the gate. DED, dead. But again, you never know. Joanna could just pop Iron Skin and walk through a side wall or something.
Ooh, Maiev. I like it. Leoric, rad. I dig it. Maiev definitely like hit a block where she just stopped existing in this game for a while. There he is! Man of the hour.
We are going to be getting this Kael'thas for the last pick here, and I gotta say, I actually really do like it. The poke damage that can come out, the spread bomb from the chain, from chain bomb is huge. The other thing too that I wanted to note, the moment the actual Garrosh and the Stitches came out, and you had those three, you then saw a shift in the draft actually from the members of Team Fuck as they went for high mobility. They went for Maiev and Leoric, so they have escapes away from these situations from at least two of the members. Johanna kind of as well with the Iron Skin, and then just Rhaegar, you just hope you can run out of there quick enough, and Raynor, hope you can buff yourself quick enough to get the sprint. But between the two teams, I don't know who I really give it over to, honestly.
I kind of think that Team Fuck, just with that Raynor Maiev damage, and then especially later on when you have potentially the Entomb coming out for Leo, the Blessed Shield for Johanna, like, that's scary. That's definitely scary, and I kind of give them a little bit of a head start at first, but let's get into this, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 1. Over in the blue, we are officially dubbing Team Kael'thas, because dear lord, do we not know how to pronounce that. We're going to have Cernex on Garrosh, Sylvier on Lili, Shin on Kael'thas, Leif Erikson on Stitches, and Grimlock on Cassia.
5, 4, 3.
And on the right, we're going to be having Team Fuck with
Fight.
Hash Brown's going to be playing the Leoric, Rhaegar going to be played by Dorsch. We're going to be having Dignitality going to be played by Raynor. Joanna going to be on the DJ Tyrant, and Zexerus will be on the Maiev, as we kind of just swapped that around a bit there.
Congratulations to DJ Tyrant and company, by the way, for becoming heroes in the game.
Unfortunately, Zexerus did not get into the game because there are too many Chen complaints.
Yeah.
That was actually the official word from Blizzard, is he hit the Chen limit on Twitter, as DJ Tyrant is going to be tossed away. I was actually thinking maybe that toss went in the wrong direction, but either way, no kill just yet, but a strong showing from both these teams at the start. While Hash Brown's going to be going this top lane, just going to say, I'm just going to get some wave clear and start this lane out.
Hash Browns is going to make me so hungry during this game. Oh my god. Now I'm just thinking about actual hash browns.
It was a delicious dinner, I'm gonna say. That's what I actually ended up eating myself. So I'm pretty happy right now that I get to cast the thing I ate for dinner. As this solo lane between Stitches and Leoric is gonna be interesting. I haven't seen a solo lane Stitches in a long time. As Rhaegar getting caught out here, bit of a dive coming out from the members of Team Kael'thas. As Team Fuck is getting really low here. DJ Tyrant gonna be needing to get out. Couple hundred health left. That will be, oh my god, and not enough from Kael'thas as they get out with 80 some health.
No into the fray just yet, so Johanna barely being able to escape with 60 HP, I'm pretty sure there. That was a close call. I thought TJ actually was going to fall there. But that run-in during rotations was pretty hysterical. It was a yakety sax moment in my mind, I feel.
I was actually thinking that there was going to be enough damage coming out from Shin there to actually confirm the kill, but it's too early in a game. Not enough damage coming out from that Kael'thas. As the other thing to note too is it's not going to be a convection Kael'thas. We will be getting just that Mana Addict. Pretty standard talents from every so you get pretty standard talents coming up from every member from either team.
I don't know what that noise that came out of me was. It meant to be something that was more like, why aren't we getting convection Kael'thas? Because ha ha ha, and then I just apparently sound like an elephant. So enjoy that, everybody. Level 4 coming in now for Team Fuck, being able to pick those up a little bit before, but their opponents not too far behind. Zappers picked up for Team Fuck over here. Cleared out really quickly by Shin and company. Triple altar phase starting up here. Stitch has been trying to go into Hash Browns up top, but we can see how far this lane is pushed out. That pairing is just so in favor of Leoric.
Yeah, Leoric is just going into some of those skeletal swing talents as well, as we actually get an invade on this bottom camp, not being picked up by the members of Team Kael'thas just yet, as Team Fucker still having a sliver being held over. Joanna staying on the point with the Iron Skin, but that has ended. So many members of Team Kael'thas are so low, they just need the resets from the Fan of Knives as they get the Garrosh, they get the Cassie as well. They pick up the camp, but they want more. Actually, they don't even get that just yet, as Shin's so low. No kill onto them, but we currently have 36 to 36 on core health. No pickup onto the altars, as these Ericsson trying to get the kill onto Zexerus. It doesn't happen, and maybe they die themselves.
Yep! Stitch Stitches trying to come down and help, but too late. The 4-man body, and that's 2 shrines in favor of Team Fuck. And they're going, fuck yeah, after that. That was Stitches kind of walked into that and was like, uh-oh, and then died.
Yeah, that was a horrible situation for them because they wanted to get the kill on Zexurus, and I think it was baited a little bit and just kind of dancing out there, being like, if you get a hook on me, you get a slam on me, this could be my demise. But no, you're just gonna end up dying here, as it's gonna be 32-36 on core health, and between these two teams, it's really starting to kind of show that Team Fuck are here to win this out, and we just have rotations coming up. Maybe they actually try and pick off the Leoric.
That'd be great, but extremely difficult to actually confirm there.
Goodbye.
Wraithlock! No trait value yet for Hash Browns coming out yet, but a beautiful flip onto DJ Tyrant. Maev now caught in between the rest of Team Kael'thas, we will say. I am going to learn how to fucking pronounce it by the end of the night. But so far, a lot of fireworks and not a lot of actual boom to go along with them.
Oh, but that's going to be a hook on to Dignitality. But the thing is, there's no Gorge. There's nothing to follow up with it. Yes, you displace the Rainer, but the thing is, he can just kind of walk around and auto-attack you, as Zexurus will be pulling in Leif Erikson. They're going to whittle them down a little bit here. No kill. Overall, as I said, Team Fuck, they're starting out strong here, establishing a dominance, 8-6 in levels. We should be seeing even talent here for this single altar phase, but Leoric needs to make a quick rotation before this gets too nasty.
Hook goes out, trying to find someone in the bush, not necessarily finding anyone yet. Maev gonna leap out of that damage, but ends up getting flipped by Zernax. Ends up being able to get away for the time being, but right now Zernax starting to get a bit low, starting to back away there. But the members of Team Fuck are not letting this go. Leif Erikson is the first to fall. DJ Tyrant low as well, but they are still able to confirm kill number 2. And that should be easy peasy shrine going over to Team Fuck and company with the level lead to boot.
Team Kael'thas, they need to... They keep fighting in too many tight corridor situations, and this is the thing that I'm noticing. Like, they group up and then they just get bodied. You get 2 members getting picked off because so many members get low, because resets off of Maev consistently are just whittling them down. There's the slow from Leoric. You just have Rhaegar biting some butts, and then just Rainer's giving them the pepper. Meanwhile, Zexurus is low here, and DJ Tyrant in a bad spot. They're going to be looking for that kill, and they finally get one on their own on the side of Team Kael'thas.
Yeah, they weren't able to do anything about the camp invade coming out from Team Fuck, so being able to clean it up quick, making sure it doesn't get too much value, being able to get the kill on top of that, getting them a little bit of experience, a little bit closer, but they are still far away from being able to go toe-to-toe with their opponents in this game. Level 10 is going to be here before the next shrine spawns for Team Fuck. Curious to see, with all that damage, if it's worth a Bloodlust, or, I mean, it's probably going to be Ancestral, but a girl can dream, can't she?
No, Bloodlust, because Rainer gets the benefit. Maev is auto-attack bases. Zexurus is trying to get out of here, and they get the blink at the last second. If there was a Warlord's challenge from Zernax, that would have been a dead Maev, but not going to be happening, and we will have another altar phase popping up here. 10's achieved on the side of Team Fuck, as fellow Shiminoe, that's not right at all, will be looking for a level themselves. We have Grimlock needing to go back to prep themselves for this altar phase, but they might have to give this over, honestly.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame them for simply giving it over and playing safe, because best case scenario with that, you give it over, lose some. Worst case scenario, you try to fight it, give more experience, and then also lose the shrine anyway. Entomb coming out from Hash Browns, catching Sylvia right in it, able to leap out of there for the time being, but Lily now has to run away. Coming back into the fight, though, DJ Tyrant trying to harass this grouping here down in the bottom. The item screen gets popped as they try to go away. Digitality and Leif Erikson, though, in the back, trading blows. The red health bars are so low, but so are the blue. Right now, 2 dead on the side of Philomena Shal. But that was so close to going in their favor. Like, look at Digitality, look at DJ Tyrant, look at Zexurus. Like, they're so low. Leif Erikson trying to get a little bit more damage out as Shin tries to cap this shrine, but I don't think it's going to be enough. And 3 surrounded by all 5 members of Team Fuck. Leif Erikson is soon going to go down. Can Sylvia fast feet away in time? It looks like she will. The little panda will live another day.
So many fast feet used. Like it was just really funny to watch Lily just try and get out of an entomb and just being consistently sped up because of the damage being done to her. She's just trying to run into a wall faster as she can't run out there. But it's crazy that they lived through that entire engagement, being entombed, being just like peeled away from the friendly team the entire time. Also, shout out to Sasaez for the pronunciation onto that Philomena and a Shal.
Philomena Shal. I'll just say it really, really slow.
I think that's honestly the way you go. I think it's the NA law is the important part of the pronunciation. Sassy easy. Or Sasa easy. We currently though gonna have this camp being picked up by the members of Team Kalefa. I'm just gonna go right back to that. They'll be pushing that into the bottom lane as we also are gonna be having Team Fuck gonna be having the Sappers pushed into bottom lane for themselves, and there's a bit of a mid lane brawl breaking out at this time. No deaths happening just yet, but there will be the toss going out into DJ Tyrant. There will be the lightning ball connecting onto the 2 as Xerxes gets the ball to the Warden out, and there's a lot of damage going out. Sheared Glare onto the Kael'thas. Ancestral Healing gonna connect, and Kael'thas will be falling here. Xerxes needing to back out, but they have the Phoenix the entire time. So many members are getting so low, but they start to back out here. They don't want to make that same mistake we've seen so many times. As Leoric gonna get the Wraith Walk out. Hash Brown's gonna not get cooked.
Hash Brown's OP Xerxes able to blink away as well, and it just seems like Team Fuck is so unkillable here, except maybe for DJ Tyrant. They had to get one. There's so many positions where it feels like Team Fuck is about to fall, and the heals coming out from Rhaegar and just the damage coming out to be able to get their opponents before they fall is amazing, to be honest. Like, they're playing so well, and level 13 grab now for them. They're looking potentially a boss. Maybe gonna not do boss.
They could burn it down if they made the hard commitment to it. I think they could have done it because they were saying, all right, we're not going to be giving this. We're going to be giving this over because we lost our Joanna. We don't have anything to really tank this too well. Hash Browns, yeah, they can, but there isn't a ton for it. So giving it over is a smart move. But I think they could have been a little bit more quick and more reactionary on their side across the map. They could have, hopped on that boss. It would have been tight, but I think that they would have overall won that boss lane over, as we do have we're gonna have a Gorge going out on to Xerxes. They're gonna go ahead and try and get the blink out. The taunt will go out, and the hook to pull them right back in. Come back and come hug Stitches as we get a toss going out onto DJ Tyrant.
That was such a good hook. Xerxes coming out with the sexy play in chat. For sure, that was gorgeous. That was a Leif Erikson for the win there. So close to 13 for Floshmanal.
NALOL.
NALOL. Team Kael'thas doing shit well. The hook going out trying to find digitality, but just hiding in the bushes right there. Finding the Banshee, knowing that Rainer's lurking somewhere. But 13 finally picked up, so they can start going toe again and not be too terribly afraid. I'm interested to see how this triple altar phase ends up going. Beautiful flip onto DJ Tyrant. The hook gets the zapper. Feels bad.
Taunt gonna be going out. That is a lot of damage coming out from Cassia. They try and live, but here someone else gave another pronunciation. Philomena Shal. Actually, that one's pretty easy. The one by Super Dave.
Yeah.
That is actually the easiest pronunciation I've found so far.
Philomena Shal, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Chat carrying us tonight, by the way. Like, holy shit, thank you guys. Super appreciated. And thanks for bearing with, they picked us up on the sidewalk earlier today to come do this, so, really appreciate the kindness.
Both of us had a long weekend. Hey, you still good to go? Absolutely, let's do it.
Yeah.
What are computers, though? Hold on. We do get a hook coming out from Leif Erikson, not going to be connecting. This bottom lane seems to be the priority at this point because, well, feeding some sappers in might get some extra damage. And, during the, triple altar phase there, they did get a little bit of extra damage onto the core of Team Fuck. So, Philomena Shal, they're starting to breathe a little bit. And I can't tell you, this wouldn't be the first time that you and I casted a Towers of Doom game, and it ended up going into one of those situations where it was 1-28, and the team that had won ended up winning the game. So it's a reason why I love casting this map with you, as we do have Leif Erikson going to go ahead and get the Gorge onto one of the members here.
Gravity wall.
Looking to get the kill onto DJ Tyrant, but it's not going to be happening, Cat Peach.
Yeah, Kael'Thas ended up missing the gravity well there, and so DJ Tyrant able to walk away, but the taunt coming up from Zernax, able to keep folks around a little bit longer. Zexer's getting so low, is going to end up blinking away, and look at these red health bars. DJ trying to do what they can, the knockback coming back from Raynor. Cassia trying to get Hash Browns down with the final blow, ends up killing the Skeleton King. And this push on bottom, trying to convert this tower along with these zappers. A beautiful hook onto DJ Tyrant! 2 in favor of Philomena. Heck yeah. That was an excellent push.
That is absolutely everything they wanted and they needed in this situation. It is 12-28, but the thing is that Zexerus. Can they make the rotation quick enough to interrupt him? They won't be able to get any of these tower shots. They deny, granted, yes, they'll only be taking 6 damage themselves, putting them at 6-28. But they ended up, that was a little greedy. I said this is everything they wanted, but it really backfired.
Whoopsies! When you think you get everything you wanted, but then you give the enemy team all the shrines. And now they're at 6. And when you're so low on core health too, that's like, you're at 6 now. They're at 6. They can't keep giving those kinds of things up and having to like be a bit more intelligent about what they're trying to gain and whether or not they're giving up too much in the process. They've been able to equalize the experience gap, which is fantastic for them, absolutely. But they're gonna have to play so safe the rest of this game if they want to try to come back and have to take out as much core health as they need to.
I'm actually going to say, I'll actually counterpoint that. I think they should play extremely aggressive at this point as we get a huge fishing hook out. The only reason I say that is because if they can fight into them and take these kills, that is where they really start to strive here. But they lose their own Cassia, end up taking down the Joanna themselves. They get the lockdown onto Hash Browns. Going to be able to get that Wraith walk away. The containment just comes out of Leif Erikson. They still picked up this camp, and or wait, did anyone pick up this camp? Okay, no, they did. I think honestly, I was just like, wait, I couldn't see if it got colored. But my whole point is, I actually think if they play aggressive into Team Fuck, it might actually put them on the back heels, and that's exactly what they need. The members of I have to look over at Twitch every time. Like they're really starting to live on this kind of like the burner's under our butt. We got to make the plays. We can't kind of dilly dally. We either go in or we back out. Like, and I think this is kind of what they need.
Yeah, for sure. Sometimes having that fire is exactly what you need. That would have been a sick hook, but it missed just a little bit. But yeah, Philomena needs both of these. They can let one go, but they can't let both. Zernax trying to defend a little bit, but kind of between, like out on an island by themselves, ends up falling. So at best, they get one shrine. The rest of the members coming down to try to see what they can do to defend against us. The Jugs are out, sustaining the rest of the surviving members, but Zexerus getting low. The Living Bomb ends up exploding and taking out Rhaegar and Maiev. And Team Fuck on the retreat. Can Raynor get out? Is the hookup? I don't know.
8 seconds.
No, so close. That would have been an amazing hook to confirm that kill. They ended up getting both of those. I didn't think they were going to get both of those. Oh my god.
So yeah, exactly that. It was 6-24, just to keep chat up to date. Like it's getting close, and like this is the reason we love Towers of Doom is you can start to get your stride. And I will say this, Stitch's compositions like this, 16 mark is where they bank. And you know, it's either they get the pulverize or they go ahead and get the fishing hook. It's either or. It, you know, if you go slam build, you often see the pulverize, you get the hook, you get the slow, then you capitalize on that kill. Here it's all about those long range that long range peel from the enemy team. I'm on the edge of my seat just into the monitor. I'm so excited about this as we have a 6-16 game, and they're starting to bring it back on the side of Philomena.
They know Leoric's alone up here, and they're trying to cut off his escape route, but he is going to have that Wraith walk. Nothing to really stun him out of that. The gravity wall misses, but the hook ends up big with the Gorge! Leif Erikson trying to get back. Are they going to have enough follow-up damage to get it? The taunt comes out, and that is a deadly Leoric! This is giving me life. Leif Erikson is playing out of their mind in this game, in the second half of this game in particular. What a beautiful gank on the Hash Browns. Well done, my friend.
That also stalls this out. Now, granted, Leoric should be back in time for the objective here. Should be able to get some leech value off the enemy. Actually, no, just not even going to be getting leech value, that Leoric value that you often see. But they want to burn down this bottom lane. They want to deny the shots onto the core. They want to make this an easier fight for them. And they also want to try and push in the Sapper here. If they can get this extra shot, it'll be big. But actually, you know what? They back off. They get the positioning around this altar. And the thing is, though, if they get wiped, oh god, it's 19 to 20. This is a hard spot to be in. I don't know how Philo Minishtal will be able to do this, to be honest.
Yeah, the Jugs look like they came out and got stunned out as well. Flip on the Gigi's Tyrant to get them out of there. The Phoenix now on the back line, trapping them between escape and damage. But Cassia ends up falling. Shin's trying to get away from that situation up top there. But this is not looking good for Philo Minishtal. 4 down. Shin is the last Kael'thas standing here. Should be able to hopefully get away. Unless this Banshee... Oh. And that was the Shrine.
That was, they actually, that one, you remember that one Sapper that I was like, oh, that one Sapper, that's not gonna get through? The one in bottom lane that was like, actually didn't confirm onto the bottom bell tower? That one just kind of like, was like, hey, I'm still gonna walk up, and I look over at bottom lane on the minimap, and I'm like, that one Sapper puts it at 5. They only need 5 shots. Oh dear Lord! As I have my own little rave party over this this game here, as we get into like a synthwave after party
there
for
is
game number 1.
something about Skype that, with Bahamut in particular, really loves the dance party, and I don't know what it is.
And it's back, and it just stops. Like, I've just been kind of shifting back and forth here, and now it's done. It's weird. Skype has a mind of its own as well as OBS, but we currently... I'm just looking over at Twitch chat. They're just cheering for everyone here.
Fish beats.
Actually, Hero Physio saying GG's with a sad face.
Oh, give back dance party. Give back the dance party, dang it. I know. Like, what the heck? I need just like a permanent filter for
like,
you.
If I shift back, maybe it's one of those situations where like I just kind of have to like trigger it in some way. Maybe I just have to like ignore it long enough, and if we don't talk about it, it will come back because it gets, you know, it's like you haven't talked about me in a while. But we are going to be getting ourselves set up for game number 2 here, and we are going to be going to Braxis Holdout. And we talked about our excitement about Braxis Holdout because in Nexus Gaming Series, where you and I cast quite a bit, it's banned out all the time. We never get to see it, or no teams pick it, which is quite odd. The changes that came into the Zerg wave are extremely detrimental to the way that people play the map, and I don't think anyone wants to kind of adjust their playstyle just yet. So
Yeah,
they just
for
kind
sure.
of ban it or avoid it.
Yeah, also, heck yeah, shoutouts to Trixler for hanging out, my dude. How you doing
hi.
here? Popping into this hidden corner of Here's the Storm Fight Club. Don't tell Blizzard. Shh.
It's like, I think that's like the first rule, is like you can tell everyone but Blizzard.
I still love the episode of the IT Crowd where they're playing Countdown, and the whole episode's about Countdown, that like game show.
Oh my god, yes.
And they're doing Street Countdown. He's like, the first rule about Countdown is that you got to tell everyone about Street Countdown because we really need more people to show up, or else we really can't keep doing this, guys.
Oh my god. And yeah, you know, it was like Moss's word too was like over numerousness, which is just, it's just like, are you serious right now?
Yeah. God.
That TV show is just, it blows me away. But it's fellow Minishal. Oh, actually, that's another pronunciation we got from Silver too.
Success, I made a play. You did make a play. Good job. Yeah, seriously, that last minute hook, oh, golden. Made us feel.
I gotta
good.
say, those fishing hooks coming out in the end there, they were so awesome to watch. But unfortunately, they just weren't able to get that last team that they needed. They really had a lot of really good momentum on the side of Philo Minishal during the end of that game. But yeah, no, it's they capitalized on that bottom altar. They really kind of collapsed into them and forced them into a corner. And also the buried alive from Hash Browns on the Cassia just locked away all their damage, and they couldn't do anything in that situation. So GG's to Team Fuck, honestly.
Yes, seriously. I also love. I'm definitely not the only person that says Team Fucking Bush League, I'm pretty sure. Like, no one says FUCK. It can't be true. Even though I know it's an acronym, can't be the case.
I mean,
but I love
that
how
was,
everyone's like, Team Fuck, really? Like, I didn't make the teams, not my call.
And see, it's exactly it. Like I look back over and we don't talk about it long enough, and it's back. So the rave is back. We can now hang out. Just get all your glow sticks out. But no, that was actually one of the things. Like when we were actually getting the lobbies getting going, and everything. I was like, I started writing other team names. And I was like, Team Fuck. Like I can say fuck. Like it's okay. And Cappy's just like, it's Bush League. Like say whatever you want. Like you can say that. Well, she didn't say this, but you can say that Gazlowe is like the best first pick on any map. It's Bush League. It completely makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, we just saw a first pick Lily.
Yeah, we did see a first pick Lily, and we still haven't fucking seen a Probius pick. How are you gonna do me like this, Bush League? How are you gonna do me like this?
That is true. I got my first pick. I got my pick in game 1. So...
Man, this is cat peach.
Revolt. If you're coming to BlizzCon Revolt, like I'll buy you a beer. You played my character. I'm happy.
All right, I think we're finally good here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and let them know that we're ready. Oh, okay.
Oh. I asked for teams ready, and it seemed like everyone was good. My bad.
Oh, I saw the R's, and I was like, oh, I'll do it too. Okay. I was not reading chat at all. But we are going to be getting into our game number 2 here between these two teams. On the left-hand side, we will have fellow Minishal, and on the right, we have Team Fuck up 1 game. And can they take it? Can they take 2 points, or will they need to, will they need to battle out a little bit harder?
I mean, right now, Philomena Shawl is bottom of the league, and Team Fuck is number 2, tied for 2. So it'll be a little tough, for sure. Not impossible. Again, last time we saw Revolt take 2-0 to someone who is higher in standings than they are at the current point in time. So miracles happen. Miracles happen. It's just like the Olympics that one year.
Just that 1 year. Of course.
Just the one
Everyone
year.
knows. You know what's really funny? I stopped for a second. I was just like, I don't know enough about this. But we'll have that Garish respect ban out, but they don't want to deal with that whatsoever, as this is going to be the Raynor and the Diablo being banned out. I'm curious to see if there's going to be a priority onto the mages at all. Gul'dan was in that first series that we had. There was an early draft for the Gul'dan because, well, we all know that he has phenomenal wave clear into that Zerg wave, and he could pretty much do defense on his own as long as he's got kind of a gate to stand behind, maybe a fort.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, Kael'thas coming out too from last game. I wouldn't be surprised to see the Kael'thas again, like the reprise on the mages. Probius also kind of a mage, so like totally makes sense. If we were to see the little Roomba come out, perhaps. Well, there goes my dreams, because I guess we're just getting to Zebo instead. No warning, by the way.
No warning whatsoever. I'm a referee in this game, and I can see chat, and they didn't say a word. So I'm sorry, Haloran, if you're watching. No warning. But this is going to be, as a first pick Nazebo, like that's
bold.
That's bold. Oh, okay.
Phoenix Joe, all right.
Well, we shouldn't see a Thrall ban here, honestly.
Thrall would make sense. We already had the Diablo ban, so that would have been my other. Jaina's still on the table, though, talking about mages.
Oh, well, actually, no. That's a lie. Because he's not going to be going for Salvo. He's going to be going for Planet Cracker because it has phenomenal clear into the Zerg wave.
Ooh, true.
So I don't think the Thrall is actually a good ban at all. They might want to focus on... Oh, actually, I like that. That's a really good idea. That's another great clear opportunity cleared. I mean, that's Lava Wave. You've got Molten Core. I love that, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, respect for the wave clear. If you simply just push the wave clear initiative in Braxis, it usually gets you really, really far. So make sure they don't have that follow-up being able to protect the fort with Molten Core. The Gall coming out as a ban.
Huh. I wasn't expecting it, to be honest.
It was not on my mind whatsoever. Jaina.
Yeah. Unfortunately, sorry, Twitch chat, you didn't bribe us enough, and we get to pick all of our favorite.
Yeah, so we're gonna pick the maps.
Stuck with another Braxis game, but
Suckers.
This is going to be a Tyrael picked up as well. Point control, so strong. Do we see a judgment though?
Something
I'd like
tells
the
me
idea of that.
no, but it depends on what that second pick is, really. That last pick. But yeah, if people want to bribe us into picking certain maps, we pick the ones that we don't get to see very often, and the ones we think personally are most fun. But bribe us whenever you want if you want a sway in map choice
Well,
later
actually,
on.
you know, start the bribes on Monday.
There we go.
Because- Actually, you can start the bribes today if you want, because if I'm not mistaken, you and I cast again next Sunday at the exact an hour later at 6 o'clock.
It might
I think
be.
it's 6 next Sunday. But
Yeah.
either way, start the bribes this week. Both of us will be casting and streaming throughout the week, so come to our channel and let us know what you'd like to be to watch next Sunday.
And we got 4
Oh,
bids
and-
already for Hanamura.
Bush League, I'm sorry. All of you have no rules, and this is the one rule that you actually have is HTC map pool. You need to remove that rule. I think that's it.
We should just do like a separate Bush League series or season that's all ARAM.
Oh my god, yes. I would be just the chaotic way of it. It's just like I would love to cast 5v5 Kerrigan. in a single
Oh no!
I would absolutely love to cast that.
That would be terrible.
Zexurus even wants to play on Hadamura. And Goonhats, I don't think is happy about this. Oh, no one wants to fall asleep watching Haunted Minds. You also said that about Black Hearts
Aw.
Bay, but when was the last time you got to see a team competitively play on a map that they have no idea how to competitively play on?
Oh man, that would be great. All right, game is starting. Game number 2, ladies and gentlemen. Can Felocia Manal get a win under their belt? In the blue, Shin will be on Jaina, Sylvier on Deckard Cain, Leif Erikson on that Nazebo, Zernax on Tyrael, and Grimlock over on the Varian.
And on the right-hand side, we are going to be having the members of Team Fuck up 1 game, seeing if they can go ahead and make it 2 with Zexurus going to be on the Sergeant Hammer, Digitality going to be on the Phoenix, DJ Tyrant on that Joanna once again, Hash Brown's going to be on that Leoric, and Dorsch going to be on the Rhaegar.
We didn't talk about this serial at all, by the way. We did a little bit.
No.
But I do think possibly, I'm guessing Taunt Varian, and so I'm a bit more in favor of Sanctification, just in case that goes to hell. At the same time, I don't know, Judgment on the Hammer definitely couldn't hurt.
You can also, you know, displace people away from that friendly team member, so I don't know, it does have some knockback ability to it, and you noted it so hello?
Nas.
Erickson?
What is going on?
Hi?
What are you doing?
That's a bit of a start here in this top lane as Leif Erikson going to be getting pushed in by Hash Browns very hard. Holy crap. This is not the solo lane you typically see, but in bottom lane, that will be the Phoenix being picked off by the members of Minichel, and they'll go ahead and have first kill of the game.
Yeah, first kill feels good. Definitely thought it was going to be against that Nazebo up there, but Phoenix ended up being the first to fall. Beacon's about to spawn as well, so probably going to see Leoric definitely dominating that top beacon. So it's really up to Flo Minichal to keep control of this bottom one and really not allow their opponents to get too much charge on the beacon until they have a plan, can get a pick, and then rotate top, try to grasp that top beacon as well in a safe position. But Hammer's already stationed up here with a lot of protection from those mines as well, so it's going to be difficult.
Yeah, Zexurus taking a note from Yelly in that first match. They're just sitting in that bush and just, you know, being a nuisance and just waiting to kind of poke out from there as Zernex getting out with under a 200 health. Also, just shout out to that skin as well. Twitch chat was saying something about it, but yeah, it's a
Mecha-terial.
The bottom lane, though, gonna be held out very well by the members of Team Fuck, and Zexurus just gonna literally set on the point invisible.
That's not even fair. You're just like, well, this is where I live now with an invisible Sergeant Hammer just hanging out on this beacon that I can't do much about. Tyrael's moving up to top again, trying to maybe change the focus, contest this top shrine a bit more, force a response out from bottom, and maybe spread resources a bit in a different way. So at least they can stop the beacon capture from their opponents and not let them get 100% entirely for free.
Yeah, going ahead and just stalling this out is the best thing they can do, and absolutely, as Twitch chat just said, report Zexurus for AFK. I mean, I think that the reason they keep putting out those mines is so that they don't get the AFK note above their entire screen. That's just like, you need to move, and then the next 10 seconds or you will be dropped. Yeah, so you just keep throwing out these mines. Everyone knows it's the best Hero League troll ever. But Zexeris actually going to step up and be like, maybe I can siege with the friendly team, and Janus is just going to dump a bunch of snow on me, so maybe I'll go back to my safe spot. But no, they will be staying in this bottom lane and just pushing in here. When and if they do get this first Zerg wave, they will have at least 84% pushing down bottom lane, so taking out the gate is a huge aspect for them, and they can go maybe even further than just this first fort.
The good thing of Decker Kane being on Fellow's team is being able to force Hammer to move out of position after the roots. Ooh, going
Colossus
in.
smash.
Colossus smash from Varian, was not expecting. I guess, again, kind of puts the argument for Sanctification in a little bit more later on. Digitality, though, getting very low and no shields. DJ Tyrant and Zexeris as well, but there's not enough follow-up. Root doesn't hit because of Hardened Skin, but both beacons now captured for Flominishal.
Yeah, they will be having this as Zexeris gets dove on by so many members here, and that will be a lot of snow, and they will follow up with a DJ Tyrant kill. No, they actually get the Jaina. DJ Tyrant gonna walk right out of there, getting a couple of the healing? No, not, I don't know. What did they get that gave them the buff and heal? Was it their level 1? Yes.
God, every time I come up and it's just the toads going out from Ginger Dread Nazebo, and just the goofy laugh in the ugh.
Dorsh gonna be stepping up though. Leif Erikson has no mana, really can't defend this, and just trying to stall this out as long as they can, but 84% for literally both teams. It's a stalemate to see who's going to be going ahead and getting the rest of this Zerg wave. Grimlock going to be diving in. They will go ahead and have a lockdown, but top lane, Dorsh going to be in a bad spot, going to get zombie walled, and this will be a dead Wolf Boy.
Puppey go bye-bye. So yet again, a split between these two. Zexeris really just making sure that the enemy team knows this is Hammer territory, and they are doing a great job commanding this bottom lane, which, I mean, great for them. This bottom lane is also where their Zerg wave is going to push, so regardless of who wins out, they've already got a beautiful head start, but Zexeris barely getting out, and there's no Asmo dunks, there's like nothing to get back there. Zexeris goes away, but this is going to allow Flominishal to grab this bottom beacon while trading with the top over to Hash Browns. I almost said Hash Browns because I'm apparently back into being a Valley girl.
Hash Brown's going to be dominating that lane, and it's still going to be 7-7, 3-1 in kills. So we have this little bit of a, brawl in bottom. Grimlock going to get harassed by DJ Tyrant. Some slow's going to be coming out. No route to follow up, but even on these points, Zexeris will be once again AFKing on the point. Grimlock going to be stepping up, and maybe that will be their demise as they walk way too far forward. They're Shin going to get some snowballs onto Zexeris, but it's not going to get the kill, and they're just going to get healed right up by Dorsh.
Yeah, that was a big yikes to lose your Varian in that respect. But it looks like Nazebo still trying to keep control of that top beacon. But the pressure here on bottom, again, with that Sergeant Hammer being able to slowly siege into this bottom fort, they might be able to knock out this fort over time before the Zerg waves even hit, which would be an extremely optimal experience boost for Team Fuck.
That is really true, but if they get dove on and then the Zerg wave is pushing, well, there's no one to defend it, that is a different story as they step up on the side of Flominishal, and they want to get some kills here, but there's no kill just yet. They're actually starting to get weakened down quite a bit, and top lane and bottom lane will be held over. I gotta say, during this entire thing, this is really, really smart from them on the side of Team Fuck. Xeranax getting out with just under 300 health, and that will be the first Zerg wave going over, mostly in favor for the members of Team Fuck, but Flominishal still having an 84% Zerg wave going into the top lane that will need to be cleared out soon.
Yeah, for sure. Both Zerg waves extremely strong. I don't know off the top of my head how many more of X, Y, and Z Zergs you actually get per percent, but this fort's going to fall fairly quickly. In the top lane, Hash Browns and Zexeris responding, trying to clear this out as fast as possible, hoping to not lose a fort of their own. Hash Browns getting really low, trying to take that damage there. Leif Erikson, though, with that poison damage, simply pushing them a little bit for a run for their money.
This is going to be a big wave in the bottom lane, and the big question is, will they be able to clear it out before losing too much? And it doesn't look like they will be losing that. Actually, DJ Tyrant getting a little bit low. The cleanse will come out as well, making sure they don't get caught out here. They don't want to stack their death as they do have 10s themselves. There will be the Ancestral Healing going out onto DJ Tyrant, as well as the Iron Skin. Nice escape from the members of Team Fuck. Philomena Shaw trying to get that pick, not going to be achieving it, as top lane did get depushed by just the Hash Browns, and not going to be losing out much themselves. Oh, actually, excuse me, Zixers was there sieging up on that hammer, but this fort sitting at just 305 health. It is, it's not, you know, really what you want your fort to be at, but hey, at least you have something to retreat under and stay alive, and it also doesn't push the members of Philomena Shaw into that 10 range too quickly.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, 10's the name of the game at this point. Philomena Shaw can't do much until they have that, and I was surprised that their opponents didn't push that level 10 advantage in that bottom lane more than they didn't really, actually. As soon as the wave was nearly dead, they just said, nope, let's back away, not try to capitalize on anything further. It was a 3 versus 4, so totally understandable, but allowing Philomena Shaw to get that 10 now puts them on even footing, and we gotta see if they can get a pick in the situation and try to get a comeback in this game.
There's going to be some lockdown coming out from the Decker Kane. No follow-up onto Zixers just yet. That will be the cleanse going out into DJ Tyrant. Xeranex getting a little bit low here. There will be the Eldrunes might available. They're kind of positioning around it themselves.
Jaina's holding on to her heroic, by the way.
Holding on to 10. I'm like, are we not going to get the Water Elemental, or are you looking for the ring? Because, to be honest, Zexerus does have the cleanse, so you're not going to be able to like get that ring value just sitting on the hammer. So overall, I would say you go for the extra damage from the Water Elemental, and you pick it now while they're sieging into you, and you want to push back and have extra damage. This is a weird hold for me.
Yeah, it's definitely a little bit of a weird hold.
Ring,
Yeah, ends up getting the ring. But yeah, unstoppable with hammer and the cleanse from Rhaegar too. The Planet Cracker ends up coming out too. Sergeant Hammer is the first to fall. DJ Tyrant looking low as well. Digitality ends up teleporting away, but the chase is on to take down this Johanna. Grimlock is on the case, but Johanna just keeps going away. Jaina falls elsewhere. Grimlock's gonna give it up because no one else is with him and he can't take a Johanna out by himself.
He had that. Grimlock absolutely had the opportunity for that situation, but I will say this. I was poo-pooing the Ring of Frost. The thing is, they waited for the self cleanse, the siege tactics to come out from Sergeant Hammer to go ahead and then drop the ring, and then all of that damage on top of it was just way too much for them to handle. But then again, Planet Cracker did zone them a bit right there, and I really like the play from Digitality. Overall, between the two teams, this is a strong 12 to 12 as Xeranex is stepping forward, gonna get the Aldrune's might, but they baited their own teammate because Grimlock is way too far forward.
Yeah, Grimlock is extremely far forward, and Tyrael ends up falling. Maybe there's some trait value able to get onto Dorsch, and Rhaegar ends up falling. Zixeris is stuck in the zombie wall from Nazebo. And now DJ Tyrant has to back away, and this beacon does go over to Philomena Shaw for the time being. And oh my god, Nazebo value!
These are the fights that Philomena Shaw want, where they can get this flank with the Nazebo. And that's the big thing, is if they can get that poke damage and it's coming out of literally nowhere. Oh my god, I gotta say, Leif Erikson played an awesome Nazebo flank right there, and it got so much value. But at this time, a little bit in a worrisome spot. Shin gonna be in here. That will be the Entomb coming out. That will be the Ring of Frost. A lot of damage coming out. They do get the kill on Nazebo. Gargantuan comes out. There will be the Root of Digitality, but they don't get the kill. There also will be the Hammer. BFG and Shin getting half their health to take it out.
BFG is always so funny, but the barrel with that skin is just even funnier. It's like Donkey Kong's just rolling into town.
And so we have that though. DJ Tyrant a little bit low. Gonna need to back off as the rest of the team will be. Xeranex actually getting really low here. Gonna get that last auto from Digitality. I don't think they'll get the trait value from this, as there will be Dorsch taking some damage. Digitality dropping the that was Planet Cracker. Why? Because they ended
not?
it early. I don't know, I looked over at stream and there was like a slight delay, and like DJ Tyrant was in it. Grimlock in a really bad spot though, Cat Peach.
Yeah, it was a very interesting fight for sure, but I mean, if you grab the beacon, then you grab the beacon, and you know, what more can you really want? Except for maybe holding on to your heroics, but you know, you can't win them all. But this 1v1 with Leif Erikson and Hash Browns, Leif caught in the Entomb. Leif is going down. There's no way.
If I don't know. No, Digitality got the blink out, I was just like, oh, maybe if he didn't mount, he would have gotten out. That was the dead Nazeebo anyways. But I will say this, sitting at 94 stacks currently on the Voodoo Rituals, we actually have a fight over this camp. Xeranex actually going to be stealing it away. I absolutely love Tyrael on this map. Do they get out is the big question.
Holy ground value, so good, and they're going to back away from that just fine. What a beautiful invade onto an invade? Counter invade. Invadeception right there. DJ Tyra calling out the rude as well. How rude to take your own camp that we were trying to take from you. It's so inappropriate.
I was actually playing Brax Assault out with one of my buddies earlier this morning, and we were playing like unranked draft, and he was just like, oh, can I play Tyrael? I was like, dude, it's whatever, like play whatever you want. Like Tyrael gets value, but I was just like, oh my, hold on a second to sleep. The Ring of Frost, so many of the members in a bad spot here. So much damage going to be coming out. Ash Brown's going to get the Ancestor healing. No one dying just yet. DJ Tyra in a bad spot. That will be the Iron Skin of getting popped. The Planet Cracker getting so much value, Cat Peach.
Yeah, Tyrael's trying to explode onto that backline. Hash Browns is so low. That clutch BFG coming out from Zixeris, though, with the members of Philomena Shaw in a line, essentially perfectly lined up to eat all that barrel damage, and now their eyes are set on this top beacon, but they have to get there. The percentage is already going up for their opponents, though, as Nazeebo was able to sink the beacon on the bottom, 94-22 at this moment in time. And we have to see if they can potentially keep that. Leif Erikson's gonna clear a bit. We can see the rest of their teammates now getting down here to help defend this beacon and not let it go.
The big thing that I just kind of want to know is, you know, Nazeebo's only sitting at 105 stacks, and the big thing is they really need to spike themselves another 70 stacks in the next 6 levels, because they need that for that level 20. And the rate that they're going, if they can get that and they continue to play the game that they are, this is absolutely Philomena Shaw's game. Like, Team Fuck, I won't be able to really defend into them because they've been winning team fights over with that damage over time. I don't think Rhaegar can deal with that much poison as they get the lockdown onto 2 members here. The self-cleanse will come out, but that is going to be a lot of damage going on to DJ Tyrant. Cat Peach, the Ring of Frost comes out as well, and they get the kill.
The beautiful root onto Johanna, leaving that tank on the ground, and now all eyes are set on Zixeris, the Holy Ground, capturing them in, and the beautiful follow-up there. 2 down from Team Fuck. Tyrael now focusing on this camp, hoping the rest of the team follows suit, which they seem to be doing. Digitality can only look from the shadows and see this terror that is happening. Grimlock capturing the top beacon, and this is about to be in favor of Philomena Shaw in the bottom lane, no doubt, pushing that through. Leif Erikson is already here. This should be an easy fort. They're gonna have to send someone to quickly clear top. The fort's still there. Yeah, thank goodness.
Like, Nazeebo, what are you doing? Like, they was working on a sidewall. I'm like, dude, you gotta go. You got work to do. But that will be the Planet Cracker coming out here, and it's not gonna get a ton of value. We'll be knocking it down to 50%. The one thing also, just sorry, I was noting I was playing this map, and my friend was playing Tyrael, and we actually had a Phoenix drafted against us, and they were like, oh, you know, watch out for slows. I'm like, no, it's Planet Cracker. Actually, we have a big old fight breaking out, Cat Peach.
Yeah, there's a huge fight breaking out. BFG coming out to try to whittle down those health bars. Not too much luck, though, although Zixeris able to really clear out this wave fairly quickly. Colossal Smash going in on the Hash Browns. Hash Browns falls. The ring follows, capturing 2. Phoenix is set there, standing in circles. Johanna ends up falling as well. And eyes are set on this keep, I'm pretty sure. Grimlock and Tyrael going in. The snow is coming down on it as well, and this keep should fall, which would give first keep of the game to the team that's been down for most of it. What a beautiful comeback story so far.
I gotta say, Philomena Shaw, this is what they needed. You saw it in the later game of Game 1. They started to strive with their Phoenix. As Shin taking a lot of damage here from Digitality. They're gonna start to back out. Xeranex actually gonna get the Eldrain's Might back, maybe looking for the kill under the keep, but they need to speed boost out of here, and they will be getting out potentially just fine. Nice Holy Ground to make sure that they lock out of there. Oh, absolutely great. But I gotta say, like, the way that Philomena Shaw are playing this game, they now have control over this map, and then oh, never mind, Leif Erikson. Goodbye. Good try.
Goodbye, sweet ginger prince. the body physics just laid him down and was like, no, you go to sleep now, you dear cookie man.
He didn't even have Buried Alive, and he already put him in a tomb. So
yeah.
At this point, we are going to be getting no lockdown of DJ time. But sorry, I keep noting this one thing. You know, So going into a Phoenix, I was actually a little surprised they didn't pick any sort of Hanzo. The great thing about Phoenix on this map, you get wave clear into the Zerg wave. But hey, if you pick a Hanzo and the Phoenix stands still, you know where that Planet Cracker's coming from. You can interrupt it with a Hanzo arrow and just knock it out with a Dragon Strike.
Ooh.
And then you no longer have wave clear. So it was something that I was actually doing earlier and just pissing off the enemy. Phoenix, as we have the Ring of Frost coming out, the Sleep will be there on top of that. That will be a Colossal Smash onto Hash Browns. They get 2 kills right away, and Philomena Shaw want to dominate this fight.
Yeah, absolutely. DJ Tyrant is going to fall extremely soon as well. Dorsch is now the last standing along with Zixeris there. Can they get the puppy down? The beautiful Holy Ground and capture him in there.
That has to be boss.
That has to be, well, it doesn't have to be. You don't have
They
to.
don't, like, beacons are going to activate in a couple
But they're
seconds,
gonna.
but they're across the map, yeah. Now, the thing is, though, Nazeebo needs to, like, hard rotate into top, but you know what? They're like, nah, screw that. I'm going to go ahead and get a keep in bottom lane. And they go ahead and confirm it. Oh, the juke from Hash Browns. They'll actually drop the Gargantuan onto Zexers. So much poison. They're going to have to get the boost out, but ooh, that was a little risky there for a
I
second.
thought Leaf was gone. I thought it was a, hey, let's trade Leaf for this keep. To which I was like, sure, if you see that value, go for it. But, God, the Gargantuan juke. Beautiful. Beautiful. This is a good display of Nazeebo, I would say. You get a lot of bad Nazeebo, but this Nazeebo, Leaf, he knows what he's doing.
I don't have the turnaround from the members of Team Philomena Shaw. The judgment going in onto Hash Browns. They want to confirm this kill. And that also will be the Ring of Frost going out. Won't connect onto the Leoric. They get one member here. That will also be BFG coming out. Zernax getting really low here. Ancestry Healing going to connect onto Hash Browns. Planet Cracker coming out, separating the team, but they get the kill onto the Sergeant Hammer.
Leaf
is going to be, yeah.
Leaf is flanking again.
That is so good. Because, like, you said it, and it's right there. Can you not?
So rude. So rude. I love it. Nazeebo giving that hammer such a hard time. I love the love here, though. However, Team Fuck not loving what work this boss has already done. This keep is almost down, and these little baby Zergs are coming in to try to finish off the job. The rest of Philomena Shaw coming in to help, and this potentially could be game with this wave. There is still a lot of health to it right now. And with Hammer down for another second, she might be able to come, but Hash Browns barely gets away with the Wraith Walk. Defense lives to see another day.
Oh, they get the blink out the last second. They get the kill onto Phoenix, and that is going to be the first kill. Hash Brown's going to be dying in the top lane there. That will be BFG coming up from Zixeris, but DJ Tyrant is going to be fighting their way back into the Nexus. The Ring of Frost will be coming out, not connecting onto anyone, but they still get the kill onto Dorsch, and that will be the smaller Ring of Frost on the core. That is going to be game number 2 going over to Philomena Shaw. They even up the series 1-1.
Holy shit.
That was that was not what I was expecting.
Oh man, like when you talk about Nazeebo stacking, Nazeebo stacks. Like that poison damage coming out in the end, being able to just focus down on that hammer, get Zex out of the picture, like beautiful.
And that's exactly it. That's what we had noted a little bit earlier is the late game Nazeebo, and they got to their 20s. They got every tool that they needed on the side of Philomena Shaw, and they absolutely destroyed with it. GG is coming out from them. Game 1, I honestly think it seemed like they were just waking up. They woke up around mid game 1 and they started getting massively good hooks. And then game 2, they were just on point throughout, honestly.
Yeah, for sure. Like sometimes you just need to get that footing. And like when we talk about why Brax's holdout gets banned so much, like there's a certain style of player that really gravitates towards maps like that. And maybe Fellow, like maybe that's just their style. Maybe they need those really close condensed spaces and something a bit more focused in your play and how you divide your resources as opposed to something like Towers of Doom to really turn things around. So, I mean, I made some very insane squeaks during that match. So apologies to anyone with headphones that I may have blown your eardrums out.
I'm honestly just really, really happy about the judgment.
That judgment was sick.
Strobe out again.
Strobe,
No, but the
Strobe.
thing is, like, it got so much of the value that they were looking for. It got that, like, any sort of time that someone got away with just a little bit of extra health. Like, for example, Phoenix. It was a great way to continue to chase Phoenix as I'm, like, literally blurring into the ether at this point.
You're strobing in green, and so they can't even.
This is too good. I absolutely love this. But yeah, no, Catpeach. I mean, any sort of, like, closing thoughts on that game?
I want to see the run back from Fellowship Manal now. I want to see them come back through the rest of this league in this season and just upset everybody. Because they clearly have the power to make it work. They just gotta actually do the thing. So, shrug.
We'll see. Okay, I think White Mug fixed it for a second. No, it's gone. It's gone once again. No, I honestly think that, like, Philip and Ashal, like, they've got some interesting strategies, and I really cannot wait to see what they can pull out in the later half of this of the Bush League.
Yeah, for sure. Man, Bush League is such a wild ride, and I love it. But that's gonna be all for us tonight. Bush League continues tomorrow over at Goon's channel yet again with Goon Soken. So I don't know who's playing, but make sure to check those games out because they're going to be a shit show as usual. If people here don't know Bahamut, you probably do, but here is a link to his Twitch. Please make sure to give him some love as well. Thank you for joining me here, my friend. This was great. I can't wait to see you next week. I believe it's next week, next Sunday. We'll do this all over again.
My calendar says Sunday.
Yes. And then, well, I hope that's right. But that's it for us at Bush League. Kala's doing some shit, so I think we'll throw things over to Kala and, like, get smart before tomorrow's Bush League. Always a good call. Any final words before we go?
All I gotta say is GG's to the team. This was an absolute blast. Thank you for the matches. Thank you for everyone in Twitch chat hanging out and just supporting, cheering, everything. It was awesome to have you all here and just kind of messing with us as we kind of messed with you. And I can't wait for next weekend because I really have enjoyed lowering my standards for the Bush League.
Yeah, it's the best way to lower your standards, to be quite honest. So thanks again. We'll raid over Kala, so go check out that shit and show him some love. But until next time, stay cool. Don't fucking die in the Nexus, I guess. That was a terrible outro, but we're sticking with it. See you next time.